I extend my New Year greetings to all of you and through you to every citizen of the country. As we also mark the auspicious occasion of Lodi Festival, Veterans Day, and Army Day, I want to acknowledge the vital role you play in connecting the Indian Army with the nation. Your responsible and accurate reporting strengthens public trust and helps present the Army's work in its true perspective. Of course, Op Sindoor was a witness to both, that is, the patriotism and over enthusiasm. So, the past year saw a sharp rise in the number and intensity of armed conflicts worldwide. These global shifts underline a simple reality: nations that stay prepared prevail. In this backdrop, Operation Sindoor, India's calibrated and resolute response to cross border terrorism, demonstrated our readiness, precision, and strategic clarity. Through our various initiatives, as part of JAY, that is Jointness, Atmanirbharta, and Innovation, clarion call given by Honorable Prime Minister in September 25, Year of Reforms given by Honorable Raksha Mantri in January 2025, and Indian Army's own decade of transformation, we can be justifiably very satisfied with the progress made during the year 2025. Now let me take on one by one, especially with the security issues. Northern Front. The situation along the Northern Front remains stable but needs constant vigil. Apex level interactions, renewed contact, and confidence building measures are contributing to gradual normalization of situation that has also enabled grazing, hydrotherapy camps, and other activities along the northern borders. With our continued strategic orientation on this front, our deployment along the line of actual control remains balanced and robust. Concurrently, capability development and infrastructure enhancement are progressing through a whole of government approach. As regards the Western Front, following the Pahalgam terror attack, a clear decision to respond decisively was taken at the highest level. Op Sindoor was conceptualized and executed with precision. Through 22 minutes of initiation on 7th May and an orchestration that lasted 88 hours up to 10th May, the operation reset strategic assumptions by striking deep, dismantling terror infrastructure, and puncturing the long-standing nuclear rhetoric. The Army successfully destroyed 7 out of the 9 targets and thereafter played a pivotal role in ensuring calibrated response to Pak actions. As you may be aware, Operation Sindoor remains ongoing. Any future misadventure will be resolutely responded to. Here I must acknowledge the proactive role of all stakeholders at the national level, including CAPFs, int agencies, civic bodies, state administration, and other ministries, whether it's MHA, Mayati, Railways, and many more. Operation Sindoor was the best example of tri-service synergy under clear-cut political directive and full freedom to act or respond. In J&K, since 10th May, the situation along the Western Front and J&K remains sensitive but firmly under control. In 2025, 31 terrorists were eliminated, of which 65% were Pakistan origin, including the 3 perpetrators of the Pahalgam attack neutralized in Operation Mahadev. Active local terrorists are now in single digits. Terrorist recruitment is almost non-existent, only 2 in 2025. Clear indicators of positive change in J&K include robust development activity, revival of tourism, and peaceful Sri Amarnath Yatra, which saw more than 4 lakh pilgrims, exceeding the 5-year average. The theme of terrorism to tourism is gradually taking shape. As regards the Northeast, neutral, transparent, and decisive actions by security forces, along with many proactive government initiatives, have led to a marked improvement situation in Manipur during 2025. Peaceful conduct of Durand Cup, resumption of cultural festivals like Shiroi Lili, Sangai, and renewal of suspension of operations, that is SU, with Kuki insurgent groups in September 25, have been key markers of stability. In response to turbulence in Myanmar, a comprehensive multi-agency security grid comprising of Assam Rifles, Army and Home Ministry is working towards insulating the Northeast from spillover effects. With successful conduct of phase 2 elections in Myanmar, we should be able to engage each other more effectively now. As regards the HADR, Humanitarian Assistance and Disaster Relief, the Army operated across 2 neighboring countries and 10 states. It rescued over 30,000 people, and during the Punjab floods in Pathankot, some of you would recollect the daring rescue of the CRPF personnel by an Army aviation helicopter from a collapsing building. In the border states, where I have delegated full authority to my div commanders, the Army was able to act even before formal requests were received from states. This reaffirms our role as the natural first responder during HADR crisis. Here, I must mention 14 Rajrif, Dharali, Uttarakhand, which lost 1 JSO 9 other ranks, continued to focus on the complete rescue operation and coordination at the initial stages. And that's what is the military motivation all about. Our 17 HADR bricks which we have planned are gradually taking shape pan-India. Now, the battle of the future will not be won by a single arm or even a single service. It will be a national level enterprise. The Honorable Prime Minister captured this vision through the mantra of Jai, where jointness integrates our effort, Atmanirbharta empowers our capability, and accelerated innovation drives ideas into action. So, based on the lessons drawn during Operation Sindoor and in line with the Indian Army's belief that change must come at the velocity of relevance, we prefix the verb acceleration to all our nouns, that is, initiatives. We followed what Subhash Chandra Bose once said, no real change in history has ever been achieved by discussions alone. It was a call for action, and I am happy to say that with guidance from the highest level, full trust of our Honorable Raksha Mantri, and encouragement from all stakeholders, the Indian Army has made significant strides. I shall now touch upon some important tangible updates on the 5 pillars of decade of transformation. Herein I must mention that the urgency for change has been catalyzed by the middle level officers of Indian Army and not by top down for a change. So the first pillar, that is the force restructuring, focuses on reviewing organizational structures to enhance multi-domain combat potency and utilize tail as teeth sharpener. This is a different term, tail as a teeth sharpener. Therefore, we have adopted a spiral development approach centered on organization as well as equipment. We have reoriented and created several structures. Rudra Brigade for high-tempo multi-domain operations, Bearer battalions, that is the light commando battalions for agility and disruptive effect. Similarly, Shaktiban regiments and Divyastra batteries for artillery will use US and counter-US for extended reach and real-time targeting. Ashni platoons of infantry platoons and some other organizations which are on the design board as of now will enhance precision, surveillance and strike options at the tactical as well as operational level. All of this will enhance our cumulative combat effectiveness. A large number of government sanctioned letters for organizational change have been approved over the past 14 to 15 months, numbering approximately 31, including that of the path-breaking IBGization of a corps and raising of an aviation brigades. The TA recruitment also, as you are aware, physically commenced after a gap of 5 years in year 2025. Moving on to pillar number 2, modernization and technological infusion remains a continuous and dynamic endeavor. Our modernization priorities focus on improving mobility and protection, strengthening network-enabled operations, enhancing communication system, deploying terrain-specific EW system, inducting new generation munitions, and expanding US and counter-US capabilities. Our immediate focus is on innovative kitting of legacy equipment or the platforms. The next phase involves developing new systems and finally culminating in network-enabled multi-domain operations. Advanced EW system, BrahMos, extended range, Pinaka, ELGR system, Pralay missiles, QRSAM with extended range, lot munitions, drones, UCAVs are some game-changing equipment in the pipeline. As for the emergency procurement 1 to 6, a concern, they have sharply reduced acquisition timelines and created opportunities for Indian industries. The funding has increased substantially, especially for EP6. For the first time, even the core commanders have been empowered with emergency procurement powers. The modernization of logistics has included induction of logistic drones and robotic mules in large numbers. Now, this induction is not enough. This time, in the central sector itself, approximately 10 tons have been ferried by these logistic drones. Our army-based workshop, which played a key role during Operation Sindoor, have been reoriented from being repair facilities to research and development come production-oriented hubs. Atmanirbharta in ammunition, we are proud to say that 159 out of 175 ammunition categories Indian Army holds have been fully indigenized, that is over 90%.